This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new values, and a new experience.
Welcome to the Spirit Sessions podcast. I'm your guide, Katie Silcox, bringing you your weekly self-love soundbite. Join us where I'll help you find your true spiritual home, where every single aspect of you is holy ground. Holy ground.
This is a journey into sound.
This is a Spirit Session podcast with Katie Silcox. Venga chicos, empezamos.
Oh my goodness, you guys. It's your girl, Katie. OMG. I am so full of excitement for this podcast. You guys, welcome to the Spirit Sessions. It's your girl, Katie Silcox, coming to you, dear listener, with waves of joy in my body because we are going to be talking about something that is so important, so juicy, so spiritual, and just full of everything that really makes the Shakti school Shakti. Okay, you guys, we are talking about the Rasa Dhatu. And you might be saying, what is that? What is the Rasa Dhatu? Well, I'm going to tell you. You know, we could say the English word, it's lymph. It's your lymphatic system, but really it's so much more than that. And that is why I have dedicated my whole life to the study of Ayurveda, because the way in which these concepts in Sanskrit, they just kind of spiral out like a prism of light and give us this definition of reality that is so deeply feminine, that is so also masculine. It holds this yin and the yang. And we are going to talk about Rasa. It is so much more than your lymphatic system, you guys. But on the physical level, Rasa is your lymph and it's your blood plasma. And really, it's in our body. Your lymphatic system is your first line of immune defense. Hello, is that important in our world today? It's 2021. Yes, it is. Your first line of immunity is your Rasa, is your lymph. Now, if that's true, and I believe that it is, oh my gosh, it is so important to take care of this stuff and to prioritize it. It's not only your first physiological line of defense, it's your first psycho-emotional line of defense. So anybody out there ever be like, fighting off energy vampires? This is a talk for you. So if you're interested in boosting your immune health and surrounding yourself with people that love and adore you, this is the talk for you. So hey, everybody. It's Spirit Sessions, formerly known as the Ghee Spot. Don't you worry your pretty little head. We are still so full of butter, it's coming out of our pores. Don't you worry. It's just that, our podcast is so much more than Ayurveda. It's really about spirit, it's about science, it's about health, and really all those things are Ayurveda. So let's dive in. The Ahara Rasa, so let's look at those words. Ahara means food, and Rasa means juice. So when you eat something, you chew it in your mouth, it goes through your digestive system, it turns food, and what you don't need, you eliminate, right? But the goodness of the food, Ayurveda says it turns it into a juice or a sap. And from digestion of the food, it takes 5 days for this sort of milky sap, the essence, the goodness, the nutrition of food to become this wet substance that moves into your lymphatic. It actually becomes your lymph and your blood plasma. So, then from there, it goes on to create your blood and your muscle and your fat and your nerves. And guess what else? All you sexy ladies and gentlemen out there listening, it becomes your sexual fluids. Yeah, making babies. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, but there is a direct relationship between the food that you eat and your first line of immunity, which is your rasa, and the health of all those tissues downstream. That is how food really becomes immunity and fertility, but even more than that. And we're going to get into it. So Ayurveda, the ancient texts say that we've got about 7 quarts of this stuff in our body, 7 quarts of rasa. Now, of course, depending on the person, the dosha, the size, if you're a man or a woman, that will vary a little bit, but just to give you an idea. So, practical stuff, eating foods that are juicy and fats that are healthy, like ones that are, not sparking your omega-6s out the window. So things like ghee, butter, olive oil, these are all really good things for having that good high quality rasa. But more importantly, keeping the bad things out of your body that deteriorate the rasa. So rasa is juicy by nature. It's sweet by nature. And so if you eat a ton of dry stuff, you're going to dry out this important, juicy, sappy stuff. So things like licorice, marshmallow, those are 2 really good things for keeping the rasa moving. Okay, licorice and marshmallow. Those are teas you can buy or herbs you can buy online. And, I'm happy to give you guys a little link for those in the show notes with some people I love. Now, dry brushing your skin and doing lymphatic massage is really the best thing you can do every day to keep your lymphatic fluid moving. And that's what we really want to do. Now, unlike your blood has a pump, and it's called your heart. Although the heart's actually not a pump, it's a vortex. But anyway, let's not get into that. Rasa, in other words, your lymph relies on the valve system, these series of subtle pumping mechanisms throughout the body. When rasa isn't moving, we really get stagnation, and that's when our immunity goes down. When you are talking about immunity, and we're talking about things like viruses and anything, right? If a virus or a bacteria gets into your body, the first thing it encounters through the skin is the rasa dhatu. So if your rasa is high quality and it's mobile and it's, electrified, full of prana, full of good energy, that rasa is full of white blood cells that are going to kill off any pathogen or, some viruses and funguses and bacteria your body is fine with, right? But the rasa has an intelligence that understands that. If the rasa is weak, low quality, or, you've just been really stressed out, that disease is going to leave the rasa dhatu that should have killed it and enter into the bloodstream. And that's when what the blood does is blood gives you a fever. So that's when I got a little fever. This thing has left my rasa, my first line of defense, and it's entered into the blood. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we need to have a fever, and that's okay. But I just want you understanding the importance of the rasa in terms of fighting off diseases. Super important. So dry brushing your skin is really, really valuable. And the hallmark of Ayurvedic medicine is something called abhyanga, which is massage. And did you know, we do it with oils, but let's forget about the oils for a second. Ayurvedic massage isn't deep tissue massage typically. It remains very much in that dermis, the skin layer where the rasa lives right underneath our skin. And so doing self-massage in an upward movement from your legs to your belly and heart, and in a downward movement from your head and your throat and your chest, that movement towards the heart and the belly is super helpful in getting that rasa healthy. Now you may be thinking, well, how do I do that? Well, you have to go follow me on Instagram because probably tomorrow which doesn't matter, you guys are listening to this later. So on Instagram, there will be a video of me doing a little bit of lymphatic Ayurveda style massage. And so I'm going to show you some simple things you can do. It's so easy. I do this while I'm laying on the couch watching Netflix. It makes me feel so good. And you don't have to feel guilty about, being a couch potato because you're doing your lymph massage. Okay, so we could talk for a long time about Rasa because we do in Shakti school. And by the way, just as a little side note, you guys that are listening to this, Earlybird for level 1 ends the end of this month, September 30th. It's your last chance to study with me all year in 2022. So if you're like, OMG, this Rasa stuff, I want to know everything about it. I want to know more techniques. Get your little sweet juicy Rasa booty in school 2022. We are waiting on you. And the Earlybird ends end of the month. And we're going to go deeper into it. But for now, we're going to go deeper as well. So we're going to leave the realm of the physical, which again, join Ayurveda School. We'll go deeper into how to get your digestion and your Rasa healthy in the physical. But now, you know me, I like to live in the world of spirit as well. Let's go into what makes Ayurveda so freaking fabulous. Rasa, this lymphatic stuff, this thing that, in our Western psyche, we just take for granted. Like, oh, whatever, lymph fluid and blood plasma, whatever, big deal. No. Ayurvedic rishis, meaning seers of the past. This is why India, my God, man. India is like so badass. Just the fact that they knew all this stuff. Ayurveda really is such a superior medicine tradition. So what are the spiritual qualities of your lymph? When your lymph is healthy, you have clear perception. You have intuitive, crystalline insight. And most importantly, guys, for those of you out there that are lovers, which I know you are, when our Rasa is functioning, we have this sense of faith and hope for our future. We have this sense of love and trust in God and the universe that everything's going to be okay, despite what you're reading on Instagram and the now, ridiculous New York Times. So if you're like, I don't have clarity, I don't know what the fuck is going on in the world or my life, I don't have faith and trust in anything, I get you and I feel you out there, brother and sister. But, so often we look for the answer outside of ourselves, and that's okay. We need the outside world and we need one another. But the true remedy is inside of you. So rather than surf Instagram or look at the news or look at Facebook, put it down and put your hands on your body and get that Rasa, that lymph moving. Or, if you've got the fundage, go get a lymphatic massage once a week or, twice a month. But you don't need to do that. You can do it to yourself. What are some of the other spiritual superior qualities of this stuff? Well, one of the meanings of the word Rasa, remember, Rasa is your blood plasma, it's your lymphatics, but it's also, and that substance has a particular affinity with one thing. Are you ready to have your mind and heart opened and blown? It's music. Rasa is the pulsation of life. It is the waves and rhythm and drumming and beat of existence. So when your Rasa is good, you wanna dance. And dancing helps make your Rasa really happy and mobile. I think about the white men in my life, and I'm just gonna be honest, because I'm your girl, Katie. I'm trying to keep it real with you guys. Like, I love my beautiful brothers of the white persuasion. That's my people. But what's up with white men not dancing? It's like there's something going on in their lineage that's needing to clear, right? I think the world would be, I've seen it actually. I know the world would be a radically different place if all of our white brothers and sisters just got out there, and not to make it about color, because I'm really annoyed by, making things about color, but there are patterns, right? And there's something about, especially older white men, they just don't dance. And when they do, they feel weird and they can't move. And that's a sign that the rasa is dry and stagnant. Now we know if rasa is dry and stagnant, we don't have clarity of perception, we don't have faith in something bigger than ourselves, and we don't have trust and love for that thing. So here's your homework. Go find a beautiful man, and maybe he's not white, maybe he's a different color, but go find someone, anyone, and, be like, hey, let's dance. Let's get this rasa moving. In what's called the twilight language of yoga, rasa, dhatu, is considered the semen of Shiva, the god of auspiciousness and success. And so why? It was also, so Shiva's semen was considered to be the substance mercury. And the Western mind thinks mercury is a poison, but, it was often used in Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia as a very alchemical substance that was transformed and used in very small transformed amounts to become nectar, to become a medicine. And it's kind of like modern day homeopathy, where you use a little bit of the poison, you use a little bit of the bee sting, or the, if you're nervous, you use a little bit of the coffee to give you the opposite effect. And so rasa was considered this capacity in your body to purify poison. Anybody think that could be of benefit in 2021 going into 2022? Absolutely. Now, what are some of the byproducts in your body? So rasa goes on to make 3 things that are super important. It makes your skin. So the quality of your skin is a direct mirror to the that inner state of your lymphatics. It makes breast milk. Hey, mamas out there. And guys, it makes your menstrual blood. And so any of you women out there, now of course it's more complex, and that's why you need to join Ayurveda School. But just to give you the quickie on it, if your menstruation is off, it means your rasa is not flowing, right? And so we really want to start with dry brush, daily lymphatic massage, cleaning up our diet. That is going to help that menstrual blood so much more. I can tell the biggest difference in my periods on those 3 weeks prior, where I made my abhyanga, my self-massage or getting massage, I made it a priority, and where those months that I didn't. Another thing that's really important is that sitting for long periods of time stagnates the lymphatics. And so you want to make sure that you are, if you do have to work in a job where you sit, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting up or you're sitting on a bouncy ball. You know the deal. So what are the signs of having really good rasa? Well, beautiful radiant skin, luxurious hair, and more importantly than that, strength and stamina on every level. That's not a bad thing to have. But most importantly, a sense of deep faith in yourself. You've got your back. You rate yourself. You stand by yourself, and a deep faith in your Father, Mother, Creator, and the fact that you are a being of light. The extent to which you know through and through that you are a being of light and you are here on this planet to have a physical experience in order to understand that you're spirit, that is the extent to which this rasa is alive. Now, lastly, you guys, I love you guys so much. Just let me say it. I'm just sending you, I just feel all this love pouring through me for you right now. So I hope you, did you get the blast? I just got it through myself. As I said, Father, Mother. Now, here's what kills it. Ready? What kills your rasa dhatu, my loves? To your listeners, fear. anxiety, insecurity. The fear is the killer of the rasa. It dries it out. You become shrunken and dry, my loves. And I am holding my own heart as I say this to you. Oh my goodness, do I know what it feels like to be afraid? Fear is an emotion that fear and I sit together at the, tea table very often, right? Like Buddha, inviting your demons for tea. So I hope that you know that. Like, I come to you completely humbled before the grandeur of the ferocity of the emotional experience as a human. I am not out of it nor above it, and I never will be, because that's what humans are, right? But I have never felt more sure of what I'm saying to you and to my own heart right now. We are on this planet, as I come to you 2021 in September, we're on the verge of a great collective decision on whether or not we do want to move forward as a collective that can hold one another's pain and correct injustices and move into love and belonging and safety with one another, or if we're going to continue to annihilate each other and to live in that animal brain of fight and flight and freeze and shut down. Fear shuts down the lymphatic system, it shuts down the immune system, and it really destroys our spiritual connection. So fear is going to happen, but I want to just encourage you to really look at what are the practices, what are not only the formal practices that we do, but also like, what are my daily habits? Are they feeding the sense of fear? Because you're going to have fear no matter what. So it's not about annihilating fear, but my Lord, we don't need to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I personally refuse to, because I have a great purpose on this planet, and so do you. So with that, great beloved listener, I am leaving you. Make sure to head over to Instagram and let's do a quickie little lymphatic massage together. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're thriving, and I am seeing all of our lymph full of 1,000 million crystals of light. All right, have a great day.
Pote full upon sukhe. Pote full.